This is Ace and Friends.
So we're on, Rob? We're actually on and operating?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the debut edition of the brand new podcast. It is called Ace and Friends. These are my friends, Riggins and Rob. That's all I got. That's everybody. No. So Ace and Friends is a simple concept. You can download it starting at 5 o'clock every afternoon as a podcast, and it's just built around having a good time. You can plug it in on your phone on your way home from work, or you get home, you want to go for a walk or a run or something like that. We're just here to have some fun. Occasionally we'll have some cool stuff to think about or share, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, we're just here to tell some stories, play some games, have a good time, make you laugh, enjoy your evening, kind of get you off on the right foot. And it's called Ace and Friends because it'll be, Riggins and Rob are here every day. Sometimes Alexis will be popping in and out. My wife will be popping in and out, and maybe you from time to time. It's all kind of varied. And let's be honest, we're sorting it all out as we go. Because we really don't know exactly what is happening for the most part.
Yeah.
But we will figure it all out. For example, I just had the wrong microphone turned on, Riggins. Nobody heard you a second ago.
Great.
So, all right. So we'll start every episode with an edition of 3 Things You Need to Know. So there are 3 things you need to know. Number 1 today, this is the Ace and Friends podcast. Download it wherever you download podcasts every day, starting at 5 Eastern. Number 1. Riggins, what is number 2 that they need to know today?
We've got new social media accounts set up. Just follow Ace Cannon Media. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all over there. All of Ace's shows are going to be right there.
Yeah, so you get
easy to
access. All the Ace and Friends stuff will be there available every day. And number 3 that you need to know today, I forgot what it was.
You got a new website too, acecannonmedia.com.
Yeah, I need to go to that and check that.
Yeah, you should probably check that out.
See what that's about. And it's weird we had to do it that way because Ace and Friends is taken.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing anything with it, but it's been taken. And they wanted like $5,000 for it. We're like, never, no.
No, we'll come up with a better name.
We're not interested in that at all. So that's kind of a basic overview of what you can expect every day from Ace and Friend. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fun. It's going to kind of happen at high speed. Oh, number 3 thing. If you want to see the show, you can actually watch on YouTube.
No way.
On our YouTube channel, Ace TJ TV. It'll be up and available every day for the new Ace and Friends podcast. That's 3 things you need to know. So Riggins has brought a game from TikTok that we're going to play next.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Not great with games here on the Ace and Friends podcast. We're going to give it a shot. I think you're going to love it.
You don't even know if we're good with games yet.
I got a feeling.
We haven't done, this is the first episode of the Ace and Friends podcast. We may be good at games on the Ace and Friends podcast.
Yeah, this made me laugh until I cried the other day watching it over the weekend. So we're going to give it a shot here on the Ace and Friends podcast.
Yeah, and Rob and I do not know what this game is.
Yeah, you've probably seen it already on TikTok and Instagram, but I think it's so funny.
All right, so we'll kind of find out next. Hang on.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Ace and Friends.
So this game you want to play, Riggins, it comes from TikTok.
Yeah, that's where I originally saw it, but I've seen it pop up in other places. Because it's, they're already showing baseball games on TV. Like it's, spring
training's already underway.
Which is crazy. It's like the middle of February. So, but gosh, it does look fun. I'm like, those people are living their best life, like watching a baseball game during the week, sunny out, they're short sleeves. I'm like, where are they living? It's Arizona.
Florida and Arizona. Southern Florida and Arizona. Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Like it's a Wednesday at 11:30. Hey, let's bail out of here. We'll go down and grab a hot dog and a couple of beers and watch a ball game for the afternoon.
They got their sunglasses on, like flip-flops. I'm like, oh my God, that looks amazing. But you brought it up. That's exactly what this new game is. Everybody doing their hot dog calls. That's what they're called, hot dog calls. How would you sell hot dogs at a baseball game? Like, do it.
So you're the guy that walks up and down the aisles. So you've got the thing strapped around your
Yeah.
neck, and you got the box in front of you.
Yeah.
And you go up and down the aisles, and you usually have a dog or two in your hands holding them up, like, you know. Get your hot dog. Hey, hot dog. Hot dog. All beef franks right here.
Hey, that's how you would do it?
No, I wouldn't do it like that.
Why are you doing it in a different accent, too?
I don't know. It sounds like it should be kind of a New York thing. Get your hot dog right here. Hey. Yeah, that's what I'm sorry, Rob. That's what it sounds like. Hey, get your hot dog.
Don't put on a fake accent. That's
You won't find a
horrible.
better dog anywhere.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went to the fake accent. On
All right,
that
I'll do mine. This is how I would do it. So I got the hot dog box. Hot dogs, get your hot dogs. Hot beef franks, hot dogs, get your hot dogs. Lady, you want a hot dog? That's how I would do it.
Okay, Rob, your turn.
Who wants a hot dog? All right. We got chili. We got cheese.
You're doing chili cheese dogs?
We don't have chili or.
I'm gonna be unique, okay?
That is unique.
Well, no, you don't get to choose what goes on the hot dog. They give. That's what they just give you the hot dog at the plate.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Stand.
I'll be honest with you. I've never had a hot dog at a ballpark, so I don't know exactly what your options are.
Really?
Limited. Yeah.
I wouldn't eat a.
You've never at a ballpark or like a basketball game or anything? You've never had a hot dog?
No, I'm cheap. I'm not spending that money on that. Sorry.
You don't eat food at ball games?
Not usually. No.
Oh.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've been to one, but
Chili and cheese. He's got chili and cheese on his hot dog.
Rob's just winging them chili and cheese dogs.
Hot chili coming through.
I'm going to be flinging hot chili over some other patrons here. So you think. That's a fun game.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay. I like that very much. Okay.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
What we call a little character definition. What we did over the weekend that we're sure no one else did. All right. That is coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
So last night, I like to spend my evenings a lot of times after we put the baby down around 7 o'clock. I'll sit down outside if the weather's even decent and do stuff on my computer and do work. And I was kind of finished early. I'd done some stuff during the day yesterday. And I was looking at a portion of the We Are the World documentary on Netflix. There were some highlights that I'd gone to look up. And it led me to do something that I thought, I guarantee you no one else that I know is doing this right now. I started looking at the musical artists in the We Are the World song, the famous song. You know, it's a collection of the biggest artists of the 80s. 1985 is when they recorded We Are the World. And there's a website for the Recording Industry Association of America. It's called RIAA. And if you go to their website, you can click on a link that's called Gold and Platinum, and you can enter the name of a band or an artist or something, and it will tell you every album and single they've ever put out that has achieved gold or platinum status.
Okay.
I go there almost daily, routinely, just to see Huey Lewis in the News. I wonder how many albums Huey Lewis in the News have sold. And I go look at it, and it shows you the date it was released, when it was certified gold, when it was certified platinum, when it was last certified. And I started thinking, there's nobody else doing this.
No. Makes me look at you differently.
Why? It's just I love music. I love knowing, oh man, it took like 6 months for that album to
I
go
always think
platinum.
I'm like, Ace is the busiest guy in the world. He's got like this baby. He's like always it always seems like he's doing so much. And you find out stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know, he's got plenty of free time. He's not doing anything.
I had a few moments of free time last night, and that's what I was doing.
You do it every day.
You know,
got
finding
plenty
out
of
that,
time.
Sports by Huey Lewis the News, man, that sold 6 million copies.
And this is just for the knowledge of knowing it. Like
you're not knowing. I'm just curious. I don't use. I have no use for that knowledge or anything.
No.
Give me something you did over the weekend, Riggins, that you're sure that no one else did.
I powdered my dog. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people do that.
That's a routine thing for you.
Yeah. Long double coat. When we go out in the woods, he gets mats, and you got to put powder in the knots to get them loose and stuff like that.
So that's all just to free up the.
Yeah.
Do you have to wash him after you powder him? Or you have to wait?
No, you just brush it out. But you can add the powder to the mat, and then you can get it out more
It's
easily.
like regular talcum powder.
Yeah, it's like corn. They don't use that stuff anymore because they, got sued or whatever. So now it's like made of cornstarch, but it smells like baby powder.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Rob, what did you have the weekend that no one else did? Can you think of anything?
You said you had something for me a minute ago.
Oh, Rob told us this morning on the Ace and TJ show. Told us about the Dragon Master.
Oh.
Like,
I follow a guy on Twitter who calls himself the Dragon Master.
and he's a LARPer.
He does LARPing and he plays professional Magic the Gathering.
Professional.
Yeah. He also plays a
he's
lot
a
of
pro.
Hearthstone on Twitch.
There's real professional Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, some people do it as a career and they make really good money.
What's his name?
Brian Kibler.
I feel like if you're gonna have a title like Dragon Master, you can't be named Brian. Why? You should have like a cooler name.
So
like,
it's the Brian part, not the Kibler part, that you have the biggest trouble
yeah,
with.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. You should be named like Flame or The Rock. Not Brian. AKA the Dragon Master. It's like, shut up.
Oh, it seems fitting in this case.
Yeah, maybe it does.
The Dragon
Yeah, maybe it's
Master in
perfect.
Magic the Gathering, that his name is Brian.
When they like unmask the villain, you're like, oh, that's just Brian.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
All right. There is a trend that is hot on TikTok, and I'm curious as to Rob. You don't spend a lot of time on TikTok, do you?
Oh, I do a lot. Actually.
Okay. All right, I'm curious if you or Riggins have seen this. I don't know that anybody's really doing it, but everybody's talking about it. Next.
Ace and Friends.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
It is. That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today. You could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting. There's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Our nation's second president, John Adams, always slept on the left side of the bed. He believed this would increase his chances of having positive dreams and a more successful next day. That's why every mattress we sell here at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress includes a left side.
And for those that prefer waking up on the right side of the bed, our mattresses come with one of those too.
This President's Day, you can save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic sets. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
One of my favorite things, as long as we've known Riggins, is the, whatever it is, the Kentucky tennis racket or whatever.
That's a good one.
The Pittsburgh waffle or whatever.
Sure.
those things that he tells us about all the time.
Yeah.
That usually come from Urban Dictionary and are usually some of the grossest things you would ever imagine. That nobody does that.
Yeah, you don't think anybody does it.
Okay, there is a trend on TikTok, and I'm curious because I know TikTok gives you, based on the algorithm, different things. So you may be seeing something on your TikTok, Riggins or Rob, that I'm never seeing, and vice versa. But there, Amanda and I both. She's the one that sent me this, and then this started me seeing a bunch of these because we follow a lot of different couples that are on TikTok. Have you heard of the thirsty hamster?
No.
Yes.
You have, Rob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thirsty hamster, Riggins, is apparently when you open the sunroof on your car, and the man would lie on top of the roof of the vehicle without any clothes on, and the lady then acts as if she's a thirsty hamster.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
You're
What's
right.
the point of that?
Just some kind of weird thing.
You ever had bear skin on a car hood? That just sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
That's third-degree burns.
Well, it's not on the hood. You're on the roof.
I mean, on the roof of the car, even worse.
So it's probably got to be parked in the garage, I would think.
That's how you would do it?
Well, you can't be moving.
Agreed.
Because you can't be actually behind the wheel at the same time. So the vehicle's got to be in a stationary situation. It would be too dangerous.
Yeah.
He'd have to hang on. She can't drive and be the thirsty hamster. The same. I don't know why I said it so low.
So what are these girls talking about doing this with the guys?
Yes. That's what started it. Amanda sent it to me and said, "Have you ever heard of this?" And it was a woman saying something about how sad I am when he refuses to let me be the thirsty hamster.
Yeah.
I was like, there's nobody that really does that. That's not real.
No.
But it's funny, and now it's become a thing. And have you seen it from more than one source, Rob?
Yeah, it's all over. It's trending very hard.
Calm down. It's trending very hard.
Is that? Do you and Meredith share TikToks, Rob?
No,
often.
She watches reels on Instagram.
Oh, so it's not something you would send to her and go, check this out.
No, because she's watching like things that I saw like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh. So there you go. It's called the thirsty hamster. If you want to check it out.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends. Oh, Riggins asked this question during the Ace and TJ show today about things that people still do that they don't care about. I got two classic answers from my wife to go along with the ones that people have added that we'll get to next. Hang on.
Ace and Friends.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
Ace and Friends.
So this idea started during the Ace and TJ morning show this morning. And explain where it comes from, Riggins.
This woman is encouraging people to do wild swimming to help with anxiety. She's talking about going to swim in ponds and lakes, and she says it can help with your mental health. I say, well, I haven't swum in a pond since I was a little kid, like on a Boy Scouts trip.
Maybe that's what's wrong with your mental health.
Maybe. Well, what's wrong with my mental health? Shut up.
She's now charging people to go out and swim. She takes them out to swim and things. So your point was, tell us, I still blank.
Yeah.
Some things that you just refuse to give up doing. Like Alyssa on our Facebook page that said, I will stop parting my hair on the side when my face becomes magically symmetrical. Regardless of what the youth think is trendy.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Yeah, that middle part thing was hard for a lot of people to get you. When you were told, it was a couple of years ago, that the side part was out and it was middle part from this point on, that was what was hot.
Yeah, but
a lot of women had a hard time with that.
Yeah, but it's like, you're not Gen Z. You shouldn't be, you shouldn't plug into exactly what Gen Z is doing.
Exactly.
Because you're not Gen Z.
I asked my wife.
Don't get offended by it.
I asked my wife this after we talked about it this morning. She had two answers. One, I still white after Memorial Day, don't care. After Labor Day, doesn't care.
Yeah.
She does not care. I, on the other hand, am just nope.
Yeah, that was a hard and fast rule a while back. But
her other one is animal print now and forever.
Oh, really? She's an animal print person?
Good. She loves animal print.
Really? On furniture and stuff?
Not as much. Maybe as an accent on furniture. Like one time I had this little love seat, and she went to the store and came back and brought like a little leopard skin pillow to put on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she loves animal print clothes. Really? Doesn't wear a lot, but she loves it.
Is that hot or is it not hot, but she refuses to give it up?
It just depends on the clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know. So let's see. What else did people? Somebody said, I still wear skinny jeans. I will never give them up.
Yeah, I know skinny jeans are not cool, I guess.
Yeah. Jessica said, my husband still plays Pokemon Go every single day.
Oh, my God.
Every day?
Is that not cool anymore, Rob?
No. Mm-mm. It's
Okay.
gone. Its time has gone by.
Christy said high-waisted jeans. I will never give them up. Bangs. Stephanie said, I've always had them. I always will. Sometimes they're in style. Sometimes they're not, but always for me.
There you go. That's the right attitude.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why should other people tell you what you need to do?
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Yes. Okay, granted, but I don't know. It just seems like at some point you got to just freshen up a little bit. Let me try something new.
Yeah.
Let's see if I like something new. Let me try to update my style a little bit. So you're not just deciding like I'm going to look just like I did in high school. As you age, you need to change a little bit. Your body changes, your face changes, you put on weight, you lose weight. You've got to kind of adjust to those things.
Yeah.
And then where's the one go? Cara said, still flossing over here.
Flossing the dancing flossing?
That's the way I took it.
Hell yeah.
Where are you doing that?
Oh, don't do that.
I think that's hysterical.
Where are you going where you're going to be doing some flossing?
At Panera Bread, just like flossing.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
So, Riggins, Dr. Phil has spoken out about Travis and Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
The world needs to know what Dr. Phil thinks of Travis and Kelsey.
Yeah.
And the challenges they're going to face.
This is weird, but we'll let you hear Dr. Phil's take coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin. Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
This is Ace and Friends.
We were just making fun of something that's coming up on TV tonight. Taylor and Travis, the risk at hand or whatever. Tonight on Fox.
So stupid.
So
stupid.
Fox investigates. It's tonight at 9 Eastern on Fox. Taylor and Travis, the ultimate love story. It's a Fox investigation. Tonight at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
An investigation? An investigation.
That's what it's called.
As if they're like running from like double murder or something, like they're on the run.
TMZ investigates Taylor and Travis, ultimate love story. Tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Fox.
It's an ultimate love story, but we needed to investigate it.
So you got that tonight. Is The Bachelor on tonight?
Oh, is that back?
I think so. I don't watch a lot of I don't watch TV. I don't watch The Bachelor either. I just don't know. Monday's Monday Night Raw for me.
Yeah.
I got to see the aftermath of.
Same thing.
I got to see the aftermath of Elimination Chamber,
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
which is pretty.
Yeah, I heard it was.
Which is pretty good. I woke up 5 o'clock. I didn't wake up to see it, but I woke up. I just happened to wake up at like 5:30 and it was on. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Taylor and Travis, the investigation. So what have they done? They've pulled in the promo for this thing. They've pulled a bunch of people, like Patty Sanger, who used to do the Millionaire Matchmaker. Is it Bravo?
I think Bravo.
Who else is in
Mark
this?
Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
How did you get Mark Cuban to comment, like in a sit-down interview, about like the risks Taylor and Travis are facing as a new couple?
He was already there for something like
I
on
hope
Fox
so.
Business.
I feel like you should be way busier, Mark Cuban. Like you don't have time for that. But
And Dr.
apparently he
Phil.
does. Yeah, Dr.
So
Phil.
Dr. Phil's the one we're listening for here, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's see if this will play.
The biggest risk factor I see is if they both have schedules that are so full that they fight to spend quality time together.
Long distance relationships, Harvey, they're hard. They don't go to CVS and do the errands. But remember what he said. He said, I like that she's like that. The other ones may felt competitive and felt inferior.
Travis right here, sir.
So in other words, what they're saying is the thing we don't work out for is the fact that they're busy.
They're busy. Thank you, Dr. Phil. I mean, he said a lot without saying anything.
Well, gotta look at.
Well, the biggest risk factor is if they've got busy schedules.
Wait, I get Patty Sanger being on this.
Yeah, that's her thing. That's her field.
But Dr. Phil, you're Dr. Phil, man.
Yeah.
You're Dr. Phil. Why is Dr. Phil? Like, why is Mark Cuban on this?
Why is Mark Cuban? I think that's an even more bizarre one.
Why is Harvey Levin sitting down in front of a TV? Harvey Levin, the guy that runs TMZ, he's an attorney. What does Harvey Levin ever go? I don't need to be done. Like, let one of the guys under me do this. I shouldn't be sitting here doing this.
You would think.
Talking about Taylor and Travis, the ultimate love story tonight on Fox.
An investigation, hard-hitting investigation.
Yeah.
Did they approach Dr. Phil? We need your expert opinion on this, Dr. Phil.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, it seems that's the only reason he's on there. It's not as if he was doing something else.
Yeah, they're all on set.
Yeah, Dr. Phil McGraw, talk show host and psychologist, speaks on Taylor and Travis. Well, any idiot, though, could tell you that the biggest problem they're going to have is they never spend any time together because she's super busy and he's super busy.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take a psychologist to tell you that piece of information.
They're making it work. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's remember, they've only been a year. It hadn't even been a year yet.
Yeah.
It's only been like 9 months or so that they've been going. Why are we talking about it? I don't.
All right.
Now we're into it.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends. The story you'll be talking about the rest of the day. And is there any possibility one of the men in the room would take this guy up on the offer that he has made? And it is, like I said, the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day. You'll have to share this with someone as soon as you hear it. Coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
So one of our big things here with the Ace and Friends podcast is to give you something that you can share with other people the rest of the day. I like to call it the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day. Here is today's edition. Well, first off, have you ever traded or bartered for something with somebody? That's something I normally do. My dad did it all the time. All the time.
I mean, I've done it with like trading cards,
Okay.
Pokemon.
Well, there's a site called cashortrade.org. A post went viral over the weekend after some guy was desperate for concert tickets. He wanted to see Grammy-winning bluegrass legend Billy Strings in Nashville, but the show was sold out. Okay? He needed 2 tickets. And he offered to trade those 2 tickets for a lifetime subscription to his wife's OnlyFans page. You give him 2 tickets, and you could see his, quote, hot wife naked and chat with her, end quote. He called it a for real offer and linked it to her account. She goes by the name Stevie Vixen.
Stevie Vixen.
So you have to assume that she knew what he was doing. You have to assume the other ticket was for her. Not clear if a deal happened or not, but at least one person did make him an offer. Her OnlyFans, I didn't look this up. This was reported. This was included in the info. Her OnlyFans page includes adult content, but no nudity. She bills herself as the, quote, the MILF next door.
Oh, nice. Classy.
She's
a mother.
Well, and here he is. I mean, he's trading a lifetime subscription for 2 tickets to see Billy Strings in Nashville.
I wonder if they were comparable price-wise.
Yeah, I was curious about that. Well,
it's not like Billy Strings. I don't know how much that's worth.
It doesn't say what she charges
For not getting nude on OnlyFans?
Yeah, again, adult content, but no nudity.
It's like, I'll just go follow her on Instagram. I mean, what's the point of it? I mean, isn't that the whole point?
Does that mean is she doing things, but she's not nude?
Naked? I don't know. Is she telling jokes?
Yeah. So if you had 2 tickets to a show, would you trade out if it was for like somebody that you thought, oh, I would be interested in this OnlyFans? Would you do that?
Maybe. Can't think of a scenario. I don't
Have you
subscribe to
ever
anybody
been? I was
on
gonna say,
OnlyFans.
I know you don't. We've asked you this before. You don't subscribe. Have you ever been tempted to subscribe to anybody on OnlyFans?
Sure.
Would you be more likely to subscribe to someone famous or not famous?
Famous.
Really?
Yeah.
Like who? Who's that? Is there anybody out there, Riggins, that would make you go, if she hit OnlyFans, I'm in?
Casey Musgraves.
Really?
Yes.
Rob, is there anybody for you?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay.
Maybe Scarlett Johansson.
If she said, I'm doing OnlyFans, you would pay the $10 a month or something like that?
I mean, she's a smoke show, as we say.
Right. So the question was $10 a month. Okay, you would pay the $10.
Yes, yeah.
$25 a month.
Ooh, that's too much.
Okay. $25 a month for Casey Musgraves, Riggins?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, not a problem.
Not a problem.
It's all about your priorities, Rob.
I guess so.
It's all about your priorities.
Yeah.
So this guy, no telling if it actually worked or not, but he offered a lifetime subscription to his wife's OnlyFans page for 2 concert tickets to a sold-out show in Nashville. That is the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day.
Coming up on Ace and Friends. Ace and Friends.
So Riggins just said, I've got something.
Yeah,
Which usually is very entertaining to me.
I found a great trend that's happening on social media between fathers and daughters. I think it's hysterical. I'm going to share it with you coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy a 3-month supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Ace and Friends.
So we all spend a lot of time on social media looking for content, looking for new ideas for the Ace and Friends podcast, for all the stuff we do here. And I ran across a great trend this weekend, and I think it's so funny. Maybe you've seen it. You've got young women, like early 20s, fresh out of college, calling their fathers and saying, Dad, I got a job interview.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say? Oh,
this.
my God. I think it's so funny. They all do the same thing. Dad, I got a job interview. And you hear the dad on the other line going, oh, that's great, honey. Who are you interviewing with? And she goes, have you ever heard of the company ExxonMobil? He's like, yeah, I've heard of it.
Here it is. I can let you hear one of these. Yes,
Okay.
I have one ready for later.
Yeah.
I did not know this is what you found. Here we go.
Heard of ExxonMobil?
Yes.
It's like an oil company.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw like a job posting and I applied. It's an apprenticeship opportunity in an offshore oil rig, and it pays so much money.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're in the middle of the ocean. The wind is blowing. It's probably one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
But they offered me it, and they said you'd get trained.
Because you may die.
Why did they offer me it? Do they think I can do it?
That's insanity.
I love her. Do you really think I can do it? That's insanity.
There you go. It's $180,000 for 6 weeks of work. He's like, the dads are just like floored by all these things. And I've heard one woman even did. She goes, and it's underwater welding. on the offshore oil rig. He goes, are you crazy? Like, have you completely lost your mind? I think that is so funny.
I love that though. She's like, do you think I can do it? That's insanity.
No, I don't think you can do it.
There's no way in hell you can do that job. I love that.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends. Hey, what do you value more? The accolade or the money? There's something that popped up based on a former professional football player who's on American Idol, who gave a statement that actually makes you stop and think. Coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting, there's no appraisal. You know, I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Ace and Friends.
So there's a guy on American Idol right now. His name is Blake Prohl. He's the son of Ricky Prohl, who used to be a wide receiver in the NFL. He played most notably for the Carolina Panthers, among other people. But Blake Prohl went to ECU, I believe. Is from Charlotte, went to ECU, and he's phenomenal on American Idol.
Yeah, he's good.
Just phenomenal. I don't watch American Idol, but I've seen this clip was floating around. But he has spent time in the NFL, right? Or did he make a team, or he was on a practice squad, or something?
Yeah, I
like
think
that?
he was. I don't know.
But he came up with a pretty interesting scenario.
Yeah, so he was doing an interview, and they were asking him about his football career, and he said, honestly, I would rather win a Grammy than a Super Bowl. And I was like, oh my God. Now, if you're great at both things, I guess that would be a difficult decision, but it wasn't for him. He said, I'd rather win a Grammy than a Super Bowl ring. And I started thinking about it to myself. I was like, would I rather win a Super Bowl or a Grammy? I think I'd rather win a Super Bowl.
I think I would too.
It all depends on, because the Grammy is the Super Bowl of music, so to speak.
Right.
That's the highest award that you can theoretically win in music. It's much more subjective, because the Super Bowl is a team that you win, boom, there you go, and you're part of a team.
Yeah.
It just depends on what's more important to you.
Yeah. And I looked it up, the guy with the most Grammys ever, you never heard of the guy. I mean, he's a composer. You know, he's got 27 Grammys or something like that.
There are a lot of people that never win Grammys that you never heard of, because they give Grammys in every category, every musical category. So people that you would never know, because they're never on the radio or anything.
Yeah, and which would be cooler to have in your house, like the Grammy, or you can wear the Super Bowl ring out to eat. You can go to Chili's in your Super Bowl ring. You don't really want to bring your Grammy around if you're.
if you walk into somebody's house and on the mantle, under a light, let's say, is a Grammy Award.
Looks cool.
On the mantle, under the light, is if each player gets their own Super Bowl trophy or whatever, what are you most impressed by?
I think the Super Bowl ring.
I think so too. Yeah, because there's so many different music categories you could get a Grammy for.
Yeah.
But there's so many more people doing music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that makes it.
Which would you pick?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Which would you?
It kind of depends on the category, maybe.
Would you rather win a Grammy or a WWE championship with the belt?
A Grammy, because the championship it's predetermined.
That's scary. That's surprising to me, honestly.
I know you could have that belt up on the mantle under a light.
You're going to be the person. You know, I mean, that's predetermined.
But I mean, it's
I can still go though. I'm almost 56. I can still go if I had to.
No, I don't think so.
You know, I have it all worked out in my mind.
I know.
Of course you do.
I know how this would. We'll get into this in a second. We'll come back to this. I don't want to get sidetracked.
Great.
Ace and Friends.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/Neogenics, Neogenics.
This is Ace and Friends.
So I mentioned this a minute ago. I don't know if here's why I don't want to tell you how my entry into professional wrestling would work.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying WWE or anything like that. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I would never expect to be a part of like WWE or even AEW or anything.
Yeah.
But if there were a local promotion in the area who said, hey, would you like to put together a program? I have worked this out in my head numerous times.
Right.
Much like I have if I were ever asked to speak to LSU's football team prior to the national championship game.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ace is crying. I swear to God.
I have my speech prepared. But my entry into I don't know if I want to give away my entry into professional wrestling.
Well, you've teased it for, I don't know, 10 years, and you said, oh, I'm not going to tell you.
Here's how it goes. I'll tell you how it goes. Maybe this will get somebody interested to listen to it. Here's how it goes. I would take Cade. If Dax is old enough, I would take Dax also. And we would be seated ringside. And somehow whatever action ensues transfers itself outside the ring. And I don't know if somehow the guy knows who I am, whatever, and he mouths off, or I'm cheering and he mouths off, and the guy reaches out in the middle of whatever match he's in, the professional wrestler, and I'm seated in the crowd. Now I'm standing because he's saying something. I'm like, well, you talking to me? And he just goes, and he smacks me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're off to the races at that point.
Okay.
We're off to the races. Because then I get interviewed and I make a challenge. I challenge him. And then after that, we set it up for a match. So like 6 weeks. I need 6 weeks to train or whatever to get ready.
Okay.
And then we set it all up. And I've already got a couple of interviews worked out. But one of them, I point out to him, in the interview, that when it's all, he doesn't understand what he's done because he's gone too far. It's not about wrestling. Now it's about revenge.
Family.
It's about hurting someone. It's about the fact you tried to embarrass me in front of my sons, and that's unacceptable. Yeah. No grown man can allow that to happen. I cannot allow you to embarrass me, to humiliate me, to open hand slap me, which my father taught me is the most disgraceful thing you can do to another man. That cannot go without retaliation. And at the end of it, I will point out that when it's all said and done that night, my children will be there. They'll still call me daddy. My wife will be there. She'll still call me daddy. And when you're looking up at the lights and I'm standing over you and you're wondering what just happened, you'll still call me daddy.
Okay.
Rack them up. People are just flooding into the armory to see that. That's it. That's the basic gist. There's more or less. That's pretty much it.
I'm so relieved. I thought you were going to say, and the wrestler comes up and smacks baby Dax in the front. I went, oh God! No, he's smacking you.
No, he's got to hit me.
Okay.
And then we're off to the races after that.
That's your intro to the business.
That's how I get in the business. That's how I get in for at least one match, like to raise money for Peyton's Promise or something.
Yeah. Would you lose that match?
Oh no, I'd have to win.
You'd have to win.
Because I can't.
It's the story.
Yeah.
Redemption.
Right, and that's the only way it works. I mean, I'd have to get beat up a lot.
Yeah.
I'd have to bleed. Oh my God, if I could ever get in a wrestling match, I'd have to bleed. I'd want to bleed so bad.
Yeah.
I would
sell it.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know anybody in the wrestling world. But anyway, if anybody knows anybody, I've got it. There's more to it. I've kind of got, but I pretty much got it all worked out. We're good to go here.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends. Are there certain hobbies that make you undateable? The answer is obviously yes. The most undateable hobbies. Coming up next.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help. Because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
When you date someone, Riggins, do you pay much attention to, at least early on, their hobbies?
Yeah.
Because it says a lot about who you are, what you're into.
Yeah.
And
you got to be curious about the other person early on. That fades.
Yeah.
But you got to knowingly be curious about their life.
Have you ever been talking to someone and they mentioned a hobby and you're like, oh, that's going to be a problem?
I was seeing a really hot girl, believe it or not. And early on, she was like, I'm really into knitting. I was like, there's no way you're this hot and into knitting.
But
she was.
She was.
Yeah.
And was that a red flag? Was it kind of a turnoff for you? Like,
no, but it was shocking.
Just weird.
Yeah.
So there is a survey that has been done about your one hobby that's a deal breaker. Specific hobbies that are red flags. All right, so here's the top 5. We'll go 5 to 1. Number 5, collecting controversial memorabilia.
Oh, like Nazi stuff.
Serial killers, Nazis, porn.
Yeah.
If you go to a grown out of college, if you go to a guy's place and he's got a collection of porn videos or whatever, it's like,
yeah,
for real. What are you doing? Yeah, anything that's they said weird taxidermy.
Oh yeah. That's
all right. Number 4, anything that's harmful to animals, like bullfighting, which I found odd that would be the one they would start with. If bullfighting is your hobby, I don't know. Dog fighting or anything like that. I can see that. Yeah. Number 3, being obsessed with politics, particularly when it's rage and hate fueled.
Yeah.
So that's a hobby that makes someone undateable. The third biggest one, being obsessed with politics. Number 2, being obsessed with celebrity culture, especially worshiping celebrities.
Yeah.
Can be a big turnoff to someone. And number 1, and I'm all for this, number 1 biggest hobby that's a turnoff, pranking people. Oh. It said especially mean-spirited pranks.
I just love to prank.
Well, it's like the guys that do it. I saw a guy in a Home Depot over the weekend. It was a TikTok. These 3 guys, they were going around pranking people by moaning in their ear. Yeah. It's like the guy's looking at pipe sleeves, and they would come and go, ugh. And this old guy was like, what is going on? And there were 3 different guys. And before it was done, old guy, he's probably about my age, he ends up taking out one of them. He's like, you know what? The second one came up while he was saying something to the first one. You need to back up. The second one did it in his other ear, and he got a hold of that kid. And he's probably 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. Yeah. He roughed him up a little bit. Then the other one jumped in, and he managed to get a couple good shots in before they ran off.
Don't be messing with people in Home Depot.
I just don't like I saw one the other day, a guy had like bird seed in his hand, and he stood in an aisle in a Lowe's or Home Depot place and just threw the bird seed in the air. So it all came down on top of him, and then he turns around and the guy's like, what, is that bird seed? We're like, what is that? It's all over the floor now. And they end up with a bunch of people. It was at a Target. They end up with a bunch of people that worked at the Target trying to figure out what. So that you're telling me that came out of the ceiling. And the guy's like, I was just standing here looking at these pillows, and birdseed fell out. I mean, you see it; it's all over the floor. And then the guy that actually did the prank is standing there going, "Yeah, I was right here looking at whatever."
That's great. Now you got a mess that somebody else has to clean up. That's lame.
It's just kind of annoying. The rest of them, it says being a social media influencer is a turnoff. Gambling and smoking weed. Yeah, it said it's not partaking. If you're making smoking weed your hobby.
Yeah. It's not a hobby.
I did see that being a social media influencers in the wild the other day had a girl who was in her bikini in the water, right at the edge of the water. And she had taken her ring light stand all the way down to the water's edge. I guess she didn't have any friends there, so she had her camera set up on her ring light stand, and she's out there at the edge of the ocean. Little kids are having to run around her in her stand, and she's out there doing her dance.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of gone a touch too far.
Yeah.
At that point,
Oof.
If you could have your own contract rider, what would you want to have? What would be included? Next,
Ace and Friends.
Back again with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. Now, Richard, tell us about this cash out equity thing, instant cash, add water, and there it is.
That's how it is. Instant equity. I mean, you do the application today, you could close today and get your money in 5 days. There's no underwriting, there's no appraisal. I think didn't you do something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly what I did. Instant equity. It's very easy, and Richard walks you through the process. Find out more at homewithrichard.com.
Ace and Friends.
So, for people who don't know, I was in this band, I guess I still am, for a long time, called Charity Case. And the band existed to raise money for Ace and TJ's Green Kids. And we're in the middle of doing this documentary. It's a pretty interesting story. A group of guys that came together, been together over 20 some odd years, have raised $1.2 million for charity. Nobody's ever made any money. But while working on this over the weekend, I was watching some stuff, and one of our band members pointed out that as we began to play places and do more things, we were able to have a rider. And any band that's in concert has a rider where you get so much of this. And, most famous, like Van Halen had a deal, no brown M&Ms. They had to have a bowl of M&Ms, no brown M&Ms. And actually, there was a reason for that. The reason was to see if anybody was actually paying attention to what the details of what the contract said. Because if they said that they'll pay attention to that, they'll pay attention to everything else. And it's kind of a fun thing, to be honest with you, when you show up someplace and they're like, hey, all right, there's a case of beer here and a case of water. Mm-hmm. And here's a vegetable tray. Then we have food after the show. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a pretty sweet way, to go through the evening. Mm-hmm. If you could have one thing, though, whatever you want, because that's big time bands get so specific with the things that they have or want or desire, and they get really expensive too. Is there one thing that would have to be on your concert rider?
I keep thinking about food and alcohol and stuff, and I guess if there was one food thing, I would want like shelled pistachios.
Just a whole.
That are already out of the shell. It
Yeah.
just seems very luxurious, and I would love that.
If I had my own, a place to park.
Oh, yeah.
I want to park close to the building. I just
Yeah.
want reserved parking.
Right there.
That's it.
Yeah.
More than anything else. That would mean more than any food. I can have a sandwich. That's fine. I'll stop at Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
But I just want to be able to pull right up and park, because I hate going to do something like that. You have to park like a mile away down the road and walk down or something like that. A place to park and somebody to tell me where to go, so I'm not left standing around.
Yeah. Looking like a jerk.
Yeah. Somebody just lead me where I need to be, because one thing I hate is wandering.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure. Am I going over here? Am I going over here? What time do you want me? When?
Yeah.
Like, I just want somebody to handle it. Be like, hey, here, come with me. We're gonna
A
go this
handler.
way.
You want
I
a
want
handler.
a handler.
Yeah.
Rob, is there anything that you could think of? If you could have anything on your contract rider, what would it be?
Probably just something to drink. I can't really think of anything.
But what in particular?
I'm a big fan of Baja Blast Zero, so give me a whole thing of the Baja Blast Zero.
Just some Baja Blast will be fine.
No food? Like, with your love of food, I'm shocked. There's no Taco Bell, no KFC, no deep dish pizza.
I would say no, because I'd be afraid they'd mess it up, because I'm very picky about what I like. So I'd like to take care of my food myself, to be honest with you.
Well, that's the point, though. You get to tell them exactly what you want, and contractually they have to provide it.
Okay, well then some pizza, yeah, some good pizza. Good pizza.
Oh.
For somebody who's picky about it, just saying, hey, some good pizza doesn't sound very picky at all.
I mean, I guess.
He's picky. I didn't know that.
I'm going to be honest, I wasn't prepared for you to come.
That's right. What do you mean when you say you're picky?
Oh, I'm picky. Like, there are a few things that I will, like, cook for myself or whatever. Like, I don't want most fruits or vegetables and stuff like that. So, like, vegetables are a very integral part of cooking, and I just don't want them.
I don't want them. Yeah, I love that.
So you just don't bother with them?
Try not to.
Okay. If you could have an unlimited amount of something, think about this for a minute. You could have an unlimited amount, an unlimited supply of one thing. What would it be? Next.
Ace and Friends.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics.
Ace and Friends.
All right, so Riggin shared a pretty fun, I don't know if it's fun, it's interesting. The story from the Olive Garden about the customers who were in a hurry to order lunch.
Oh, yeah,
They were
yeah.
rushing the lady along. Let's cut to the chase.
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest complaints that servers get when they work a lunchtime shift is that people will walk in and say, hey, the first thing they say before like the drink order is taken or anything, they tell the server, I've only got 30 minutes to eat, so we're just going to order everything at once right now. And then they proceed to, order the drinks, the unlimited soup and salad for like $5.99 or whatever it is, and just tell them like, hey, just bring 2 servings of the soup out right now, along with our drinks and stuff. And they were talking about how that's super annoying, which I totally get.
But you do get, and it's weird because you're in a short period of time.
Yeah.
And I do kind of understand, hey, I've got it. There's no reason to be rude about it, but I've
Yeah.
only got 30 minutes. Can I go ahead and can I do this or something?
Yeah.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do anything.
Yeah. There's an appropriate way to say, like, hey, we're kind of in a rush.
But when they say it's unlimited breadsticks, is it really unlimited?
They bring you, when you sit down at Olive Garden, I think the rule is they bring you one breadstick for every person plus one. So if there's 2 people, they bring you 3. If there's 4 people eating, they bring you 5.
But then you can say, hey,
Get another basket.
Okay, because I know there's that, like Rob talked about that place that does all the wings you can eat.
Yeah.
And they bring you 4 at a time.
Yeah.
Just forcing you to continually ask.
And hunt them down, hunt down the
like,
server.
hey, can I get 4 more wings? Another plate of wings instead of giving you 8 or 10, it's 4. So if unlimited though really meant unlimited, what would it be?
Ooh.
At all times, you get anything you want delivered on demand. What would it be? And it doesn't have to be food related.
Yeah.
A neck massage.
Yeah.
A pedicure.
I would get somebody to scratch my back like that anytime I want it, because that never happens anymore. And like whenever you're dating somebody, you can get her to do it like 3 times and then she starts complaining about it.
You ever notice, not to get off track here, but it made me think about it. You ever notice that if you are dating a woman or with a woman, that the inordinate amount of scratching her compared to the amount of time that if you say, hey, would you scratch my back for a second?
Oh, the yawning, the sighing. I'm telling you, every girl I've ever dated has done that. They like you've just asked them to move Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, it's like, rub my head.
Wait, here's the other thing too. You get this where you're like you stop, and then you get the shoulder will jerk, the arm will.
What are you doing?
What? Oh, you're telling me you want me to rub your back some more? Yeah. Amanda will do that. No, throw her shoulder out of sockets.
It's like, what are you doing? I'm not a dog. Yeah, I can't stand that. So that's what I would want, like, or at least like a girl that doesn't complain about it when I ask, like once a year.
And you'd have like a minimum time.
Yeah.
Like 7 minutes every time.
Yeah. It's so annoying.
It's amazing though the time difference between how long you have to do one and how long you'll have to rub back 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And she'll give you about 45 seconds.
Yeah. The one thing I dread in relationships more than anything, you're sitting on a couch watching a movie, and then she reaches over and grabs a pillow, and you already know where this is going. And then she puts it down in your lap, and she lays down, and you're like, oh, great. So now I've got like a Pomeranian, the weight, 15 pounds of your fat head on my lap.
And now in addition to watching a movie
that you don't even want to watch.
Now you have to watch the movie you don't want to watch, and what? And rub her hair.
Yeah, play with her hair. Yes.
Caress her forehead.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be.
While you're watching, that new J-Lo movie on Amazon. It's like you just want to die.
Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help. Because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
I saw a stat. I don't know. I was stunned by it, but I keep my friendships very important to me. But in a survey, 1 in 5 men said they would sleep with their best friend's girlfriend or wife if given the chance. 1 in 5, that's 20%.
That's not cool at all.
So some ladies responded on our Facebook page. Rachel said, once my husband died, almost every single one of his friends tried to make a move at some point. I was absolutely disgusted.
Dang.
Meg said, yes, they hit on me. My friend's husbands hit on me. I would never hit on my friend's husband or even ex-husband. They could be divorced 20 years and I'm still going to have nothing to do with that.
Are they hitting on you or are they flirting? I think there's a difference.
She says hitting on. My friend's husbands hit on me.
That's crazy.
And then Tabitha said, in my opinion, if his friends are hitting on you, they already know he's cheating. What you do with that is up to you. Yes, I've had several guys I have dated, friends hit on me. The guy I was dating turned out to be doing the same thing his friends were.
Oh,
so her
man.
theory is, so Tabitha's theory is, if a guy hits on you, it's because he knows that the guy you're seeing is already cheating on you.
Okay, Dr. Freud.
Another lady said, I've had ex's best friends hit on me during our relationship and after, and you are correct. He was cheating. And they all knew it too, because he would bring his new girl around them, and then me a few days later.
Ooh, spicy. It
Yeah.
sucks.
20%. 1 in 5.
Yeah, that number probably makes sense. If you lined up 5 random guys, one of them's probably a scumbag.
Yeah. And then one lady said, I trust him wholly, not me. And his best friend never hit on me. But then I guess that could mean I'm ugly, LOL.
Maybe. Probably not, though.
Man, that's depressing, though.
Yeah.
I don't think women would do it as much. Although, it always reminds me, you know, as your parents get older, especially my parents, like sometimes you learn things that you wish you didn't know. Like I remember my dad telling me one day, and I won't say the lady's name, but we were talking about my neighborhood growing up, and he said, "Oh yeah, because so and so, man, she tried to hook up several times."
Really?
And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "So?" I named the kid's name. His mom. He goes, "Yeah."
Was she single?
No.
She was married?
Yes. They were part of the group in the neighborhood, the families that all knew each other that hung out.
Did you ever get the vibe that she was...
I was like 8 years old. No.
And why is he telling you at 8?
I don't know.
What was the point of that?
I was like, he told me later, like when I was in my probably my 30s. Yeah, it was much later.
When you were a kid.
25, 30 years later that he told me. And I was like, what? Don't tell me. And even then, though, I don't want to know that.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I came home. You know, I had that Honda Goldwing motorcycle. Like, it was a big street touring bike. Yeah, she asked for a ride. And I was like, yeah, jump on.
And put the moves on.
And according to him, she was, all over.
And they didn't go through. He didn't go through with it.
No,
he didn't. He never implied that.
He said no. He said definitely not.
He said that.
I just reported what he said. I'm taking his word.
I got you.
Ace and Friends,